Nice member for Oxford and thank him for
Thank
waiting.
you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have here a petition signed by a great many of my constituents. In fact, we had this petition laying on the counter in my office, and people were actually waiting in line to sign it. We also posted it on the internet, Mr. Speaker, and we've got the first 8 hours. In fact, we have 1,000 signatures, Mr. Speaker. I just wanted to point out how important, Mr. Speaker.
I'm glad to hear that, but I need you to read the petition.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, but I wanted to make sure that you understood the importance of this, because this is the voice of the people of Oxford and the people of the province of their concern. And it is addressed, Mr. Speaker, to the Legislative Assembly of Ontario. To the Legislative Assembly of Ontario, whereas electricity rates have risen by more than 300% since the current Liberal government took office, and whereas over half of Ontarians' power bills are regulatory and delivery charges and the global adjustment, and whereas the global adjustment is a tangible measure of how much Ontario must overpay for unneeded wind and solar power and the cost of offloading access power to our neighbours at a loss, and whereas the energy policies of this Liberal government ignore the advice of independent experts and government agencies such as the Ontario Energy Board and the Independent Electricity System Operator, and resulted in Ontarians' electricity cost rising, despite lower natural gas costs and increased energy conservation in the province. And whereas the implementation of cap and trade will drive the cost of electricity even higher and deny Ontarians the option to choose affordable natural gas heating, and whereas more and more Ontarians are being forced to cut down on essential expenses such as food and medicines in order to pay their increasingly unaffordable electricity bills. Therefore, we, the undersigned, petition the Legislative Assembly of Ontario to take immediate steps to reduce the total cost of electricity paid by Ontarians, including costs associated with power consumed, the global adjustment, delivery charges, administrative charges, tax and any other charges added to Ontarians' electricity bill. And, Mr. Speaker, I wholeheartedly agree with this petition and I fix my signature, and I hope the government's listening.